Hey guys, welcome back to Karting with Chris. Today's video is going to be the Roskilde Racing Center final race. Now, I do apologize if I totally botched that name. My Danish is not the best, but just bear with me.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. Maybe because it sounds like you're talking with a mouthful of syrup, I just didn't get it.
So right now we're on the cool down lap of the last race, and if you didn't watch that one, basically how it goes here is there are two heats. There is one race and then a second race, and you don't go back into the pits, refuel and all that stuff. They're back to back. So right now I'm doing my cool down lap, but in reality I'm still trying to figure out the track. So in the last race we finished in second place out of 13 people. My brother finished in third, and the guy in first was miles faster than everyone else, so it was very hard to catch up to him. But it is a standing start for the final race, and we will be starting right next to our brother, so hopefully we can get a good race going. So as we are finishing up our cooldown lap, there's one thing you're going to see once we roll up to the start-finish line, and that is that someone, I don't know who, is going to be in my place.
She's in my spot.
So you can see there's already two people up there, but the guy on the right is the guy who finished first. The guy on the left, the person we're starting behind, is some guy who forgot to do their cooldown lap. So now we're going to be starting in fourth place. So you can see my brother, he's directly to the right of me now. Technically I should be up there, but you know, we're not going to make a big fuss about it. But one thing you are going to see is Ben's going to get a better start than me, because the guy number 15 is going to hold me up at the start of the race. So I'm going to leave you with the start of the race.
And it's lights out and away we go!
So you can see right off the bat I have to turn to go around him. He kindly pulls off to the side. But now I'm on the back foot from the people behind as I get lunged on the inside coming through this corner. You can see there is a small wheel. That causes Ben in first place to kind of pull away. Going through this corner, got way too much of that first corner, and now down the straight I'm a bit compromised. So going into this right-hander up here, we can see someone's going to dive on our inside, and we're going to attempt to get the undercut on them, but it doesn't quite work out. He's able to hold enough momentum around me, and now we're down into fourth place. Hopefully this guy doesn't hold us up, and if anything he can help us catch up to Ben, but if he makes any mistakes I'm going to be there to pounce. So if you didn't watch my last video, this left-hander and the right-hander directly after this one are probably my two worst corners throughout this track. I did get better at them throughout this race, but I didn't feel like I quite mastered them. So I guess doing some video and data analysis would have really helped, but of course I couldn't because the races were directly back to back. But we're still behind number 11 here, and he's still holding strong, and hopefully he can lead us to Ben as he makes a small error there. If he makes too many of those errors, we're going to have to be forced to pass him though. So I think this guy was a little lighter than me. He tended to pull out of the corners a little better than me, as he goes a little wide coming out of this corner, gets all sorts of air. We're going to go side by side down the straight here. And you're going to see he's going to start to kind of pull away from me. That's him being just a little bit lighter, but I've got the inside. I'm going to hold it around the inside, and we're going to get third place here. But now you can see Ben has pulled away from us, and hopefully we can track him down, but we still have the guy behind me still putting pressure on. So for this race, I am wearing my chest camera. This is probably going to be the last time I use this chest camera. I didn't quite like the view it gave me. It gave me too much steering wheel, couldn't really see in front of me. But one thing I did like about it is that I could see my steering inputs. You can see me correcting my steering, you know, either when I get some oversteer, some understeer, or maybe when I turn in early or late. So it was helpful coaching-wise, but as a video-wise, I didn't quite like it. So one thing you'll see professional racing drivers have is really smooth hands, really smooth inputs. And that's something I definitely need to get better at. My hand position is also really janky. It almost looks like I'm white-knuckling the steering wheel. In reality, I'm really not white-knuckling it. My hands are very loose. But yeah, that's something I need to get better at, smooth inputs. It's easier said than done because I've been working on it for a while as we pass our first back marker there. But yeah, I've been working at it for a while. I have gotten a little better, but I'm not perfect. So passing our first back marker there on lap 3 is good news for us, because hopefully one of them can screw up one of Ben's lap and maybe we can get a little closer as I turn in way too early for this corner right here. Track out really wide. It's really bumpy over there. And the guy behind me sails by me, but I'm able to dive on the inside. And I'm going to tell you now, I think he was being a little too generous. I think he gave me a little too much room there. But, if he gave it to me, I'm going to take it. And we are back up into third place. But that's just telling me that this guy is still behind me, and he's probably not going to be easy to ditch. So we're on lap 4 now. This was my fastest lap of the race. Going through this right-hander right here, catastrophic understeer. Definitely could have been a little closer to that apex. And that's just going to tell you that this lap could have been faster. Going down the straight here, we're going to try and ditch the guy behind us, and you're going to get a screen full of crotch. And this is just going to help us be a little more aerodynamic. I was basically doing it for the memes, wasn't doing it to try and be fast. And then going through this corner right here, get on the gas early. That's really important. And then through this left-hander right here, I think the narrower line is a little bit faster. You can do it full throttle. It's pretty easy full. And then these two next corners are probably my worst corners. I've already said that. I think turning in late here worked the best for me. And then through this corner, I think it was the same thing. You want to track out more than is there, but you can see there's giant curbs right there, so you don't want to track out too much. And then through this right-hander right here, get really close to the rumble strip, not quite on it, full throttle, pretty easy. And then full throttle through here, again, pretty easy. And then shortest but fastest distance to the line. I think it was a high 108, low 109. I don't remember exactly my lap times. I just remember what lap was my fastest lap. So setting my fastest lap on the 4th lap, we're not even halfway through the race. Obviously at this moment I didn't know that was going to be my fastest lap of the race, but setting it that early means that I've kind of plateaued. I'm not really getting that much faster throughout this race. Also, you'll see the tires squealing and getting a lot of understeer. I felt like the tires went off pretty quickly because they'd already been worn out as we passed 2 people through this left-hander, and we were hoping that we would have ditched the guy behind us, but I think he followed us through there. So sadly, we still have the guy behind us, but Ben has not quite increased that gap in front of us. So before we get any further into this video, I'd like to give a quick shout out to our unofficial sponsor. So for today's video, there are 2 unofficial sponsors. I repeat, unofficial, not sponsored. The first one is AirTalk safety shoes. So literally as soon as I got out of the airport, there were like 5 of these ginormous signs advertising AirTalk safety shoes. Now, I don't know if they're special or anything. I don't really know what they are. I'm assuming they're like the Nikes of Denmark, but if you want some, unofficially sponsored. Our next unofficial sponsor is Snickers in a bottle. It is literally a Snickers bar, but liquefied. Now, I do enjoy a good Snickers bar, but this was not very good. Initially, I thought it was going to be some chocolate milk that Snickers decided to make, but it was not. It was literally they took a Snickers bar, blended it, and put it into this thing. As we try and look around cart number 6 here, had to back off, and we're going to dive on the inside right here. I don't think they quite knew we were there. Luckily, the guy behind us doesn't pass us, but yeah, that was a close one. And now Ben has actually gapped us a little. But like I was saying about the liquefied Snickers, I didn't like it. That's, I guess, my personal preference. If you want to try it, go for it. But don't get your hopes too high. Okay, you guys are probably all thinking, Chris, enough about the liquid candy bars. This is a karting video. And you're absolutely right. So we're on lap 7. We're still in 3rd place. Ben has pulled away from us because we did get stuck behind a back marker back there. We are slowly pulling away from the guy in 4th place. He was able to follow us as we were pulling away from back markers. But I think he was just making mistakes here and there because every once in a while I'd look behind me and he would be a little bit further behind. So hopefully we don't make too many big mistakes that will allow him to catch up as we get the inside of this back marker right here. But hopefully we can start catching up to Ben, but the race is almost over. Now, if you want a tip for learning a new track, the best tip I can give you is put your name down as rookie. So for this race, I put myself down as rookie. This is the results from the last race, so I did get 2nd. And if you put yourself down as rookie, people think, oh, this guy's not going to be very fast, so he's no contest. But then when you show up to the end of the race and you get your times and you get beat by a rookie, that looks impressive, and it humiliates everyone else. So if your name is Rookie and you do bad, well, you got an excuse because you're a rookie. But if you do good, you can absolutely humiliate everyone else. I mean, you could troll on everyone and put your name down as Wayne Kerr, but I don't mean to flex or anything, but my 200 IQ is really showing there. But yeah, that's just my top tip for the day. Okay, so let me get back to racing here. This video has gone off script so many times during this video, but we are in third position, like I said before. We're on lap 8 now, and we can't quite see Ben in front of us, sadly, so it's going to be very hard to catch up to him. And we're kind of in no man's land right now. So I'm going to skip forward to lap 10. It is going to be near the end of the race because nothing really special happened in between now and then. So now we're rounding out the last couple of corners here. We did end up finishing in third place. The guy who started on pole finished in first. He was about a second faster than Ben, who finished in second. The guy in fourth was still behind me. He did fall back a little bit. Wasn't quite a lot, but I didn't really make too many mistakes for him to really catch up. So we're on the cool down lap now. I'm just going to skip it forward a little bit. Give Ben a little fist bump right there. Sadly, we did not really get to race that much during this race. Give a fist bump to the guy who finished in fourth place, but I'm gonna keep commentating on this cooldown lap because you're not allowed to pass during the cooldown lap, but some jam-packed action was happening. So you can see Ben and I are warming up our tires now. I'm gonna try and get those tires red hot. We're gonna try and look around the move for Ben. He tries to take us out. We use our quick reflexes to get around him. We're gonna go around the inside of Ben. He's gonna try and hold it wide. He's doing good. He's able to keep the position. I'm going to get into that slipstream, tuck down, get a screen full of my crotch yet again. I'm going to lean into the corner here, really get all my weight on the inside of those tires, track out wide. He's able to still hold it in front of me, leaning forward again, and we didn't quite get in front of him. But that's all I have for today. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, please comment below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.